Hello, just having a little ride round in my BMW I3. I'm always complaining about this car because its suspension is uncomfortable and the road noise is noisy. I know the road noise seems even more noisy because the rest of the car's pretty quiet, but that's why the road noise should be quieter. But then the road noise in this is horrible. Bumpy, bumpy, bump. And you go over the bumps, bumpty, bumpty, bump, and people call it a city car. Don't want a city car, I want a car that goes everywhere. But I've been lumbered into getting this because I want electric cars. I love electric cars because I had a Kia, which was nice, at least, and a Tesla Model 3 for 2 years, which was absolutely fantastic. And now I've got this. As people say this as it is a plus, it's like a go-kart. Well, who wants to drive a go-kart on the road? It does drive like a go-kart, it's got no suspension. So I don't find it a plus saying it drives like a go-kart. I think it's rubbish. The ride is absolutely unacceptable. I'll put this down to the press because they seem to want cars that drive around racetracks. I want a car because of my age. I want a car that's, I want it quick. I want it to go round corners, but I don't need it to be. I don't need it to be capable of going around the Nürburgring in record-breaking time. I want a car that's quiet and comfortable. And this is quiet, except for the road noise. The road noise dominates everything. There's a bit of wind noise, but the road noise is the biggie. Who needs it? And who needs the thumpity bump suspension every time there's a matchstick in a road? You bump over it. Who needs that? Who needs it? So when the 2 years is up, because I'm going to the hire purchase over 2 years, and I feel I better pay for it first, and then if I live long enough, I'll probably lease another car. It might be a Citroen, because it's got to be something cheap. If it's something dear, I'll have a Tesla because they're fantastic. The Tesla didn't ride smooth, but it rode a lot smoother than this. I'll probably get a Citroen because they are quite. They go out their way to make a comfortable car, and what's wrong with that? And the press will condemn Citroen because they say all the suspension's a bit soft. What's wrong with a bit soft? What's wrong with a bit quiet? What do you want? I want a quick, quiet, comfortable car. I don't think it's beyond doing. And I say it's the press which has killed the comfortable car. You know, because I'm old, in the old days, do you know cars are more comfortable than they are now? They're comical, really, aren't they? Old cars had squishy. I mean, they were rubbish handling wise. I mean, they're too much the other way. But and they didn't have. They had non-independent suspension all round there, and so really they were too much the other way. But they were comfortable. Now cars, the advancement of cars, they're less comfortable. Makes me scratch my head a bit actually. I don't quite understand it. I don't understand why cars would become less comfortable. Very odd. So to say this a go soon, and I'll get something a bit more comfy, or I'll win the lottery and I'll just get another Tesla, which isn't absolutely comfy, but it's massively better in every other way. So I get another Tesla. I mean, I kept fiddling with this car as if I'm going to make it wonderful, but it just can't be done. I try and put some insulation on the floor to try and shut the road noise up. No, you can't do it. I think the noise comes from the windows, from the glass. The noise comes from off the tyres and into the cabin through that way, not through the suspension. It's coming actually through the windows. So if I was in a car built for myself, I think it'd have double, especially an electric car, I think I'd have double glazing. I don't think you can you see me joggling about? I'm only doing 3 miles an hour. Rubbish suspension, rubbishly hard. I get in the car, get out the car doesn't move at all, and I'm heavy because I'm a bit fat. So it's so hard. Why? Oh, why? I don't want it so hard. I want it to absorb bumps, not hit them like they're a target. And when people go and test these cars, the press test cars, I want them to test, give them the pothole test, or give them the road hump test. That's the test that would apply to most people. Giving it the climb up a curb test. And will the alloy wheels get scuffed up at any moment test. These are tests which are realistic in the world. But no, they've got to go with the, it's got to go around the track really fast. And that's the priority, and what the hell, who needs that? Rubbish. Excuse me. It's really been windy lately. We've had gales, things blown down. It's calming down a bit today, but it's still a bit windy. Fences down the road. Yeah, so that's my moan. What's happening in politics today? Oh, Boris Johnson done everything, lied, cheated, had parties when people couldn't go to the funerals because of COVID, but they had parties, and they've had an independent investigation, and what's going to happen? Absolutely nothing, because they'll all fade away. He's still going to be our main man. Unbelievable. Russia thinking about popping into Ukraine, and Ukraine obviously doesn't want Russia to invade them. Of course not. And everyone's saying bastard Russians, and the Russians are saying we don't want the Ukraine to join NATO, which you can actually see the point slightly, because there's a tree right down the road, because NATO could actually put weapons into the Ukraine, putting atomic weapons on Russia's doorstep. Now, this is a wild and wacky thing, because me being old, I can remember the Cuba crisis, and America didn't want, because I don't know the exact ins and outs, but Russia were going to put atomic missiles, weapons in Cuba on America's doorstep. And this is the biggie thing, because Kennedy said no, and we're on the brink of atomic war. This is, of course, in the 60s, I believe. And so in that case, America said, no way are you going to have atomic weapons on our doorstep. Now, you could say Russia is saying about Ukraine, no way are you going to have atomic weapons on our doorstep. This is just my angle of thinking. Don't know what you think, but it's just the way I feel about it. And so that's that. Funny thing about atomic weapons, countries that have them think no one else should have them. That's strange. We can have them, you can't have them. Because we are lovable and you're not. Odd one, isn't it? Atomic weapons. I suppose you could say everybody should have them, or no one should have them, one way or the other. But then if a small country's only got a couple of them, there's no point in having any, really, is it? Because a couple are not enough. So the world's gone mad. Everyone's gone mad. I think everybody wants a fight, everybody wants a war, and I think it's because we're all bored. Everyone in the world's bored. They want a bit of action. They can't just chug along. Everyone's looking for something of interest. Normal people are happy with their interest of bringing up their kids, playing with their kids, and having their own lives. People who have maybe they're middle-aged plus kids are gone, they're looking for some action. Oh, the only action I want is a car with suspension with just a crash. That'd be a nice one. Another thing about this car is, you know, this car's on the bicycle wheels. It actually gets caught in undulations in the road. Farcical modern car. That actually the wheels get. It's like they gets caught in the tram lines, but they're not tram lines. They're just grooves in the road, and this car gets caught in the grooves in the road. It inspires no confidence whatsoever. At one stage I had a Mercedes M-Class, tall thing. Do you know, I'll throw that round the corners, no problem. That's perfectly stable. No problem at all. This, you'd have to think twice. Because you don't quite know how it's going to react. It's not predictable. Because you might go around that corner, nice smooth road. There's plenty of grip. Lovely, lovely grip, grip, grip. Wonderful. There's a bump in that corner, you haven't noticed. Whoa, it's knocked it offline. Maybe you can't get it back. Yeah, bump steer. This car's got plenty of bump steer, as they call it. That's going around the corner, hitting undulations. And the suspension, because it's so hard, actually doesn't absorb the bumps. It pops over the bumps. The actual wheels lose contact with the road. Bump steer. And does that make it lovable? Makes it horrible. So can't wait for this car. I used to to like driving. I'd go drive just for the pleasure of it. And then I get older and the driving for pleasure fades away a bit. And then I got a Tesla and my driving for pleasure came back again. Fabulous thing. Fast, quiet, smooth-ish, suspension-wise. Smooth power-wise, be electric, totally smooth. All electric cars are silky. Why wouldn't they be? There's no silly pistons going up and down. Burning fuel, chucking poison in the faces of children as you go past. No, their electric cars are wonderful. This is why I've ended up with this, because I thought, I didn't realise this would be such a horrendous piece of, I don't know if you can hear it. I mean, this is a smooth road. You hear every bump. Dump, dump. On the motorway, deafening. It blows away the stereo. I mean, if any car needed a really, really good stereo, it's this. To drown out the noise on roads. Road noise. No, it's got cracks. The worst modern car stereo I've ever known. It hasn't even got any speakers in the back. Mind you, you can't even open the windows in the back, so how great's that? I mean, little things you'd never really, I'd never really think of. Like you put down the sun visor, and the mirror on the sun visor is illuminated. Now I thought all cars had that. All modern cars had that. This car, about 40 grand new, hasn't got it. Cheapskates. How cheap's that? I mean, I'm getting quite down about BMW, because you just look at if you're buying a new one, it starts off expensive, and then it's got a sheet a mile long of options. Better seats, extra. Better wheels, options. Better paint, tinted windows, different colour paint. Everything is extra. The rubbish info system to get one with more details on it from BMW, like more details of where services are for electric cars. They even want money per month to pay for that. God almighty. Everything on the BMW is extra. So I'm getting very anti-BMW. Tesla, expensive car. Extras, virtually none. You've got it all. It's all there. I mean, so farcical that one of these, spec it up to the eyeballs, sunroof and leather seats, a better stereo. You're getting into Tesla Model 3 price range, which is absolute joke. The Tesla Model 3, well, that's alright, the base one. Goodness me, compared with this go-kart, goodness gracious me, the Tesla is absolutely fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. The Tesla even had doors at the back, which you could let your passengers. Doesn't this sound a crazy idea? That in a Tesla and 99.99% of other cars, you can let your passengers in the back without the driver or passenger in the front taking their seatbelts off. Now, isn't that a strange idea? Fancy having that. Fancy having a car that you don't have to take your seatbelts off to let people into the back seats. Now, crazy, isn't it? Horrible car. Horrible car. Even though I said all these horrible things about it, it's still better than fossil cars. It's just like, I've been spoiled, haven't I? I've just been spoiled. What else can I talk about? Politics. Oh yeah, we've still got a clown in charge. He's going to be there, and result of the looking into his misguidance and his lies and his cheating and conning and general the worst British politician ever, is he's still going to be in charge. What a joke. Nothing's going to change there. Bit of a rut. The wind's dying down. That's a good thing. Well, there's been plenty of places in the UK with no power because of the wind, but they're getting some power back. There's gaps in the shelf because of Brexit, but Brexit is wonderful because I don't know why. You know, Brexiters think Brexit is wonderful because of sovereignty, and they can't even tell you what it is. It's just a feeling. Brexiters love their feelings. Extraordinary thing. Do you know what? A Brexiter would cut his arms off just so a person in the EU would lose a finger. That is the attitude. They would lose both their arms to make the EU lose a finger. It's the weirdest thing. The weirdest thing. As long as they've got a slight inconvenience, it's worthwhile. The fact that we've got massive inconvenience don't look. Turn a blind eye. Turn a blind eye. Don't look at that. Don't look at the inflation going up. Don't look at the fuel prices going through the roof. Don't look at that. Don't look at that. And Brexiters will look around for other things. There's a tiny little detail which is better. Much I can't even think of that. But tiniest, in their mind's eye, the tiniest detail, which is better. I said, look at that. Look at that. That tiny detail's better. Isn't that wonderful? That tiny thing's better. Yep. That tiny thing's better. Yeah, well, we're half moaned for the day. I haven't moaned lately, have I? So I've just done a moany video. Nearly home now. And I've won the lottery, so that's a bit of disappointment. It's disappointments that you get lots of those disappointments, don't you? In conclusion, I do love electric cars. I recommend them to anybody. Always have an electric car, because they are absolutely fabulous, and charging at home's easy, so it's easier than putting fuel in. All is good. Get one with long range, because short range is hopeless, because short range means you've got to charge on the road, and you don't want public charging in the UK. So get one with long range, charge it at home, and all is well. All is super duper. This car could have been super duper with a few bits and bobs, a bit of alteration here and there. This car could have been great, but it's details. It's all in the detail, isn't it? And this car ain't got no detail. It's rumpety bumpety. Anyway, so I'm going now. I shall see you soon. Thanks for watching if you have done. See you later. Bye-bye.